from Paris, Texas, Tristan England, JCB Digatron. Florida, are you ready for Monster Jam? Our first competition is JCB Racing. All 12 trucks have been seated into the racing bracket based on their first race pass time of the previous event. The 4 fastest have an automatic advancement into round 2, while 8 drivers will race head-to-head with 4 moving on into round 2. Orlando, who's ready for JCB Racing? In the gray lane, please welcome Lindsay Reed, Lucas Stabilizer. And her opponent in the blue lane, it's Todd LeDuc, Megalodon. Todd LeDuc, Megalodon, currently 1-0 in head-to-heads against Lucas Stabilizer. Let's go racing! Your winner is Megalodon. So Todd LeDuc and Megalodon will advance on into round 2 to see Tristan England and JCB Digatron. We are going to be awaiting the official time brought to you by our Finish Links timing system, which is accurate to 1/10,000th of a second. And he will clock in a time of 17.547. We're going to get ready for our second head-to-head matchup in the gray lane. Please welcome Nick Pagliarulo, Kraken. And his opponent in the blue lane, please welcome Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Great Clips Mohawk Warrior 3-1 in head-to-heads here as they get set to do battle here in round 1. Time to go green! Your winner is Kraken. Kraken will see John Gordon in bad company in round 2 as we take a look at the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Great Clips Mohawk Warrior hikes up on the last turn there, and Kraken's official time is 18.424. So we're going to get ready here for our third head-to-head matchup in the gray lane. It's Ryan Disharoon Shaker. And in the blue lane, please welcome Blake Granger, Max D. Max D 1-0 in head-to-heads here as they get ready to line up. The winner will advance on to see Gravedigger. Your winner is Max D. Blake Granger, Max D advances on. As we take a look at that Super Glue Glued to the Action replay, a smooth ride from Max D as he clocks in a time of 17.130. That is the fastest time of the night so far. Fastest time of the night so far belonging to Blake Granger and Max D as we get ready for our last head-to-head matchup here in round 1. You can see the official racing bracket up on the video board. JCB Digatron will see Megalodon, Bad Company will see Kraken, and then of course we'll see Gravedigger going up against Max D, and then we're about to see who Jamie Gardner and El Toro Loco will be taking on here In the gray lane, as we continue things on, it is Matt Pagliarulo, Jester. And in the blue lane, it's Mike Pagliarulo, Black Pearl. This is a father and son head-to-head matchup. The winner not only will have bragging rights, but the winner will also move on to see El Toro Loco and Jamie Garner in round 2. It is a 1-1 head-to-head matchup here in the 2024 season as we're awaiting those staging lights. They are lit at the 50-yard line. Outside yellow lights means our drivers need to fire their engines and head to the starting line. And when you see 2 yellow lights, that means they're staged and ready to go. We see those outside yellow lights for both of our competitors. Matt Pagliarulo and Mike Pagliarulo. Bragging rights will be one of theirs as we get set to go racing. Your winner is Mike Pagliarulo, Black Pearl. He will take home the bragging rights against his father as we take a look at that super glue glued to the action replay. Awaiting the official time from our Finish Links timing system, and there it is, 18.581. Still the fastest time of the night so far, belonging to Max D. In the blue lane, please welcome Tristan England, JCB Diggertron. And advancing on into round 2 there in the gray lane, we've got Todd LeDuc and Megalodon. Tristan England sporting a 28-9 racing record with a 76% racing win streak as they get set to go racing. Your winner is Megalodon. Huge for points for Tristan. And a 5-second penalty because he did not finish on the race lane. Huge for points, 17.720 for Todd LeDuc and Megalodon as he advances on into the semifinal round. We're going to get ready for our next head-to-head matchup here in round 2. In the blue lane, please welcome John Gordon, Bad Company. And advancing on into round 2, there in the gray lane, we've got Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken. John Gordon sporting a 20-14 racing record with a 59% winning percentage. And you can see those staging lights lit. A little staging battle between these two here as they get ready to the starting line. We're awaiting those 2 yellow lights from both of our competitors. Let's go green! What a race by these 2 competitors. But your winner advancing on will be John Gordon, Bad Company. So we are waiting the official time because the fastest time will have lane choice, 18.188. So Megalodon will have lane choice in the semifinal round. So Megalodon with a 17.720 will have lane choice in the semifinal round going up against John Gordon and Bad Company. You can see the official racing bracket up on the video board. We're going to see who will advance on here in the semifinal round. We've got Gravedigger going up against Max D. We've got El Toro Loco going up against Black Pearl. The winners of those two matchups will then advance on into the semifinal round. In the blue lane, please welcome Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. And in the gray lane, we've got Blake Granger and Max D. This is the greatest rivalry in motorsports, Gravedigger against Maximum Destruction. The winner will advance on into the semifinal round. Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger with an 82% winning percentage and a 28-6 racing record. Let's go racing! Gravedigger will advance on because Maximum Destruction impeded the race lane. So Gravedigger will advance on into the semifinal round. That corner giving everyone a little trouble here, as you can see that super glue glued to the action replay. Again, Gravedigger will automatically advance on to the semifinal round. And because Maximum Destruction, Max D, impeded the race lane, it will be an automatic advancement for Gravedigger. We're getting word now that we've got an update there from our pit reporter, so let's throw it down to KCG.
Well, folks, when it comes to this track design, other than last weekend, we were running a totally different track design for the previous part of this season. So I wanted to give you some insight. Our drivers were telling me that when it comes to the different lanes out there on the track, most of them are picking that left lane. They're favoring that left lane. And that's because if you look on the track, the blue lane is the one closest to us. The way that the track is built, it's asymmetrical. So where the turn pods are on this side, they're actually farther apart. So when the drivers come around this corner, they have to take a sharper turn. Maybe that's part of the reason why a lot of our drivers are having trouble in this area of the track. Also, it seems like it's really tacky in this area as well. But on the far end of the track, the turn pods are a little bit closer, so they can kind of drift around that corner a little bit. So keep that in mind as we advance through the bracket here with Monster Jam Racing.
Thank you, Casey, for that update, and we're going to get set here to meet Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. And in the gray lane, advancing on into round two, we got Mike Pagliarulo and Black Pearl as they get set to see who will have Gravedigger in the semifinal round. The winner of this race will automatically have lane choice as we get set to go green. Your winner is Black Pearl. Black Pearl will automatically have lane choice here in the semifinal round, going up against Gravedigger as we see the official time on the board, 18.200.
This is now the semifinal round. The four fastest drivers have advanced to this round, but only two can make it to the final round. So, Orlando, I have to ask you, who's ready for more JCB racing?
We've got our two competitors there on the track. In the gray lane, we've got Todd LeDuc and Megalodon. And in the gray lane, we've got John Gordon and Bad Company. Megalodon with lane choice, he pushes John Gordon and Bad Company to the blue lane where everyone's having a little bit of an issue. Will this be the chess move that Megalodon needs to move on into your final round? We're about to find out. It looks like it might come down to a photo finish. We're gonna go to the replay. Your winner is Megalodon! Megalodon advances on with a time of 17.495. He will advance on here into our JCB Racing final round. What a close race between Bad Company and Megalodon. It came down to the photo finish and our Finish Links timing system, which is used in the Kentucky Derby, the Indianapolis 500, and the Olympics. So we're going to get set here for our last head-to-head matchup in the semifinal round. This is our last head-to-head matchup in the semifinal round, and in the gray lane, we've got Mike Pagliarulo and Black Pearl, and he'll be taking on Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger in the blue lane. Keep in mind, Gravedigger did not get a time, so Black Pearl automatically got lane choice, and he pushes Gravedigger to the blue lane. Your winner is Gravedigger! We're about to find out who has lane choice in your JCB Racing final round. And there you have the official time, 17.016. Gravedigger will have lane choice in your JCB Racing final round.
All right, Orlando, this is the final round of JCB Racing. The fastest two drivers have now advanced to this round, but only one can take home that first 12 points of today's event. Who's ready to meet your final contenders?
In the gray lane, he's your two-time World Finals champion from Peoria, Arizona, Todd LeDuc, Megalodon. In the blue lane, he's your 2023 World Finals Skills Champion from Oskaloosa, Iowa, Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger has lane choice. He opts to stay in the blue lane as they get set to see who will collect their first 12 points and the racing win. Let's go green! And your winner is Gravedigger. Two great races ran by two great competitors as we take a look at that Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. A 17.350 from Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger puts him in the winner's circle. Orlando, let's make some noise for your JCB Racing winner. Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger collects his first 12 points of the night. And what an electric start here to our round 15, week 8 here of Stadium Championship Series East. Florida, let's hear it for your racing winner.
Tyler, a huge congratulations. Some tricky track conditions to navigate out here, but you clinched your 8th racing victory on the season. Your race win percentage is 82%. It seems like you're unstoppable in racing.
Yeah, you know what? That feels awesome right there. Definitely a tough competitor with Todd in that final round, but I had to dig everybody's grave out on this track tonight. Are you guys having fun at Monster Jam so far tonight?
The fans are loving it, and they've got a lot more coming their way. Well, sometimes with tricky track conditions, when it comes to the skills challenge, bicycles, sidewall donuts, nose wheelies can be high risk, but they also can be high reward.
Absolutely. You know what? The skills competition, this dirt is perfect for out here right now, and I can't wait to go out here. I'm going to go last, and I'm going to put the best show on possible for you guys. But I promise you one thing. I've said it all night. I've said it for multiple weeks while down here in Florida, baby. The louder you guys get, the harder I'm going to drive this grave digger truck. So let me hear you!
We're going to kick things off here. Get those trucker signal going for Lindsey Reed, Lucas Stabilizer.
Make some noise for Lindsey Reed, Lucas Stabilizer. Now's the time to head to judgeszone.com. You have 20 seconds to lock in those scores.
And Lindsey Reed and Lucas Stabilizer gets dizzy out there for the first driver out on the track. And we're awaiting your fan scores right now at judgeszone.com. A couple seconds left there as we take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. Hikes up there on those two BKT tires, and your scores are locked in. Let's see where you put Lucas Stabilizer. You gave her a score of 5.178. We're going to meet our second driver coming to the track, Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior.
Orlando, let's hear it for Bryce Kenny, driver of Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. You have 20 seconds to lock in those scores at judgeszone.com.
Bryce Kenny, the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, uses the center pod and gets into a popper, into a nose wheelie, then back into a moonwalk, and then uses the Morgan & Morgan backflip and goes off the backflip into another popper nose wheelie. Let's see where the scores are right now for the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. You gave him a score of 8.641. He's now your new leader. Our third driver up, it's Ryan Disharoon, Shaker. He's got one more attempt left. We're going to give him a chance to refire here. Waiting the words from our USHRA safety officials. He does have the green light here, and it looks like he now has a red light. So scoring is now open. Let's make some noise, though, for Ryan Disharoon and Shaker. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. Couple seconds left there for you, the fans. And keep in mind, you can use that super glue to the action replay to get those scores locked in accurately and fairly. And of course, you can score on the one attempt here from Shaker. Few more seconds left there on the clock here at judgeszone.com. And there your score is 4.861.
Back in the pits with Matt Pagliarulo, the driver of Jester. Matt, you and I were talking about how when you were on the race track for Monster Jam Racing, you felt that the truck was pulling weird. Talk to us about what happened.
So basically, when I went on the track, as soon as I left the line, the axle broke, and this is what we got. That's why the truck fishtailed out. You know, it got really loose, but the guys are getting it fixed. My daughter Brooke, Austin, Chucky Pocken the third, he's here. They're going to get us back. We are ready to rock it out in Orlando. Who's ready to see more Monster Jam?
We got a lot more coming their way. They're working on patching up Jester back here in the back. They already have the axle swapped out. They're putting back together the left rear end of the truck, and he's looking promising for Monster Jam, the next competition coming up, which is the Great Clip Skills Challenge. We got more action coming your way.
We're going to continue things on here in our Great Clip Skills Challenge. It's Tristan England, JCB Digatron.
Let's hear it for Tristan England, JCB Digatron. You guys got 20 seconds to lock in those scores at judgeszone.com.
Great technical driving there from Tristan England and JCB Digatron. Living on those front two BKT tires as he uses some of the different obstacles out on the track. Popper into a nose wheelie, and you can see those back BKT tires waving to the crowd here. Scores are locked in right now. Your score to beat for the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, 8.641. And your score for JCB Digatron is 8.561. Good enough to sit in the second spot. Coming up next, we've got Nick Pagliarulo, Kraken.
Let's hear it, Orlando, for Nick Pagliarulo, Kraken. It's up to you, Orlando. It's unscripted. Judgeszone.com. Let's see what you got, Orlando.
It is up to you to decide, like Jabari said, what you think of those two attempts from Kraken as we take a look at the super glue. Glued to the action replay. That attempt right there is a slap wheelie. Time to get those scores locked in. And scores are in. Let's see where you put Kraken. You gave him a 3.209. We're going to move things right along with our sixth competitor, Blake Granger, Max D.
Make some noise for Max D. 20 seconds to lock in those scores, Orlando. JudgesZone.com.
Blake Granger and Max D sporting the 50-50 body of Maximum Destruction, and Max D throwing down two great attempts, one off the ski jump and then the other off of the center pod. Living on those front BKT tires there. Get those scores locked in, JudgesZone.com. Scores are in. Let's see where you put him at. The score to beat, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, 8.641. And your score for Max D is good enough for the third spot with an 8.023. Our next driver up, it's Jamie Garner, Toro Loco.
Wow, what a run from Jamie Garner, Toro Loco. 20 seconds to lock in those scores. You can use the Monster Jam video board, scan that QR code, or head to JudgesZone.com.
All right, time to see where you put Toro Loco at, as he uses some of that smoke to let the crowd know that he is here inside of Camping World Stadium. A few more seconds left there at JudgesZone.com. Remember, if you've not started scoring, you can do so at any time by using that code ORL. And your scores are in. You can see it up on the video board as 7.182.
We updated you a couple minutes ago when it came to Matt Pagliarulo and Jester. In the rear end of his truck, he had a broken outer axle. As you can see, the BKT tire is back on the truck. Matt is suited up, strapped in, and ready to go for the skills challenge. So, folks, hats off to the crew in the back that have been working to make sure that he makes it back for the skills challenge. Jester is coming back for the Great Clips Skills Challenge. Are you ready for some more Monster Jam action?
Matt Pagliarulo and Jester hitting the track next as our 8th competitor. A big shout out to all of his UNOH technicians, all the help back there as he gets ready to go out on the track for his 2 attempts. Keep this in mind, we've got Gravedigger with 8 competition wins here in the Great Clips Skills Challenge. Todd LeDuc, Megalodon, Max D, and JCB Digatron all share 2 competition wins here in the Great Clips Skills Challenge. We're going to get ready to see Matt Pagliarulo and Jester right up the street from Osteen, Florida. Sounds like we got some Osteen, Florida fans in the house here. Jester getting ready to hit the track. Remember, you, the fans, will decide who the winner is. Keep in mind, when you're looking at these moves, these attempts from our drivers, keep in mind combinations, the degree of difficulty. Do they use an obstacle that we haven't seen out there? Do you see a donut as well? We've only seen one driver right now attempt a donut. And that was Lindsey Reed and Lucas Stabilizer. You can see where we stand right now in this competition. Great Clips in Great Clips Mohawk Warrior currently sitting in first, followed by JCB Digatron, Max D, El Toro Loco, and Lucas Stabilizer. Let's make some noise for Matt Pagliarulo, Jester coming to the track.
Let's hear it for Matt Pagliarulo, Jester. The score is in your hands, Orlando. Judgeszone.com. You got 20 seconds.
And you can see the attempts up on the video board on the Super Glue Glue to the Action replay. You can use that replay to lock in your scores. You can see those highlights and get those scores locked in. Remember, slide that BKT tire up or down to the score you think our driver deserved, and you've got to click submit. That is the only way to lock in those scores. Your scores are in. Let's see where you put Jester at. You gave him a 4.273. Our ninth driver coming up. It will be John Gordon, Bad Company. John Gordon, Bad Company will take to the track here in just a moment. He is looking for his first competition win here in the Great Clip Skills Challenge. We'll see what he is able to throw down here out on the track here tonight. Score to beat up on the video board, 8.641, held by Bryce Kenny, the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. And let's see what Bad Company comes up with here in his two attempts.
Let's hear it for John Gordon, Bad Company. 20 seconds to lock in those scores, Orlando. Judgeszone.com.
John Gordon and Bad Company goes on the wild side there with a bicycle attempt off of his first attempt, and then he gets into the popper nose wheelie. Sits it there on those front BKT tires, and then heads back into the moonwalk. Time to get those scores in. judgeszone.com. Don't forget to use that QR code as well. The score to beat for the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, 8.641, and your score for Bad Company is 8.605. That is good enough for the second spot here as we get set to see Mike Pagliarulo, Black Pearl. Let's hear it for Mike Pagliarulo and Black Pearl. Sounded like he lost power on the attempt, so we'll definitely get some information from our pit reporter, Casey G, out in the back, but you can see, you could hear that the engine lost power and then he just tumbles over. Nonetheless, that will count as an attempt here for the Great Clips Skills Challenge. We've seen the review there. Now we're going to see him get back on all four BKT tires. Scores are locked in. Let's see where you thought about that rollover there. The score is in. And you gave him a 5.243. Well, we only have two more competitors remaining in this competition. It is Todd LeDuc, Megalodon.
Let's hear it for Todd LeDuc, Megalodon. 20 seconds to lock in those scores, Orlando. Judgeszone.com.
Todd LeDuc and Megalodon ride the waves on two BKT tires with the bicycle move there into the stoppie. Great moves there as we highlight those on the Super Glue. Glued to the action replay. A couple more seconds left on the clock.
All the way down to the
as we see a little bit of a sidewall. And your score to beat still from the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, Bryce Kenny, 8.641. Your score for Megalodon is 9.337. He's now your new leader. Our last driver is coming to the track, Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger.
Orlando, Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. You have 20 seconds to lock in those scores. It's up to you, Orlando. JudgesZone.com.
What a move. Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger had said earlier that he's been trying to do the bicycle and then put it onto the other side. He's been working on that all year long, and I think he kind of accomplished it there here tonight. What two moves we just watched. Scores are locked in. Your score to beat Megalodon, 9.337. Orlando, your score for Gravedigger is... with a score of 9.510. Florida, your winner is Gravedigger. Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger collects another 12 points here and also extends to 9 competition wins here in the Green Clip Skills Challenge. Let's make some noise for your winner!
Tyler, congratulations on your 9th Skills Challenge win. You're on your way to a perfect event.
This is awesome. You know, I said it earlier. This dirt is perfect for the Skills Challenge out here. That was awesome. Did you guys like the Skills Challenge here tonight on Orlando?
These fans have been wild. They're excited. Fantastic action out on the track. Everybody loves racing. Everybody loves skills. But I know that you came here for our final competition of the day. It's Monster Jam Freestyle.
That's right. You know what? This black and green truck hasn't been known for over 40 years for coming out here and just taking it easy, baby. We've been known to come out here, run rugged on the ragged edge because of you fans. That's what you guys have known to come and love. And I can promise you one thing. As long as I'm driving it, it's going to stay that way, baby. Orlando, are you ready for Monster Jam Freestyle?
Well, a huge congratulations to Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. He is just sweeping the competition right now as he dominates the first half of Monster Jam action. But right now, this is your local Ford dealers halftime. Be sure to head up to the concourse, grab your official Monster Jam merchandise, and meet us right back here for the second half of action.
We've reached the pinnacle of today's event. This is Monster Jam Freestyle!
lands it for the people. There's 25 seconds left on the clock. And now it looks like scoring is open. Let's make some noise for Tristan England and JCB Digatron. You can take a look at the super glued to the action replay. That is a highlight reel, and you can use that to get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. You can see the replay there. He lands a Morgan & Morgan backflip, and his run is ended. Scores are locked in. Let's see where you put JCB Digatron. You gave him a score of 8.856. Let's hear it for Nick Pagliarulo, Kraken. What a freestyle that was going to turn up to be. There is no score. Scoring is not open. He did not fulfill the requirement. Keep in mind, our drivers must complete 30 seconds of their run to qualify for a score, and they must complete 60 seconds of their run.
Easy question.
Otherwise, 1 point will be deducted. Orlando, let's make some noise and show some love to Nick Pagliarulo, Kraken.
Hanging out with Brooke Pagliarulo. She's part of the crew for Team Tomfoolery Motorsports. Brooke, you just saw your brother, Nick, come out here. He was ready to lay down a big freestyle. Talk to us about what happened out here.
Well, I didn't put so much throttle into that last drum and kind of shorted it, and kind of the whole, corner is a little bit off.
I know that this is a really big weekend for the Pagliarulo family because you guys are from Florida. You're proud Floridians from right down the road from here, and almost every time we come to Orlando, your family lays it down big. Talk to us about the excitement from your brothers and your dad in the pits.
Oh, the excitement is really huge in our Florida home states. We are really pumped up. And, after that, wow, that was huge. But, we're ready to go for some more Florida actions. Everybody ready?
A lot more action coming their way. Brooke, I want to ask you one more question. Your dad, driver of Jester, both of your brothers are drivers. Are you next in line to be behind the wheel of a Monster Jam truck?
Hopefully. Definitely hopefully.
Oh, we got something to look forward to. A lot more action coming your way in Monster Jam Freestyle.
We have entered into the Monster Minute.
Let's hear it for Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. This is the time to you, judgeszone.com. It's up to you, Orlando. You got 20 seconds.
What a crazy freestyle we just saw out on the track. Some massive air from Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco. Throwing down some crazy moves there. Great use of the entire track. Time to get those scores locked in. Make sure you use the super glue glued to the action replay. And we're going to go straight to scores. Let's see where you put El Toro Loco. You gave him a 6.484. So Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco just lays down his freestyle. Of course, we've got a lot more action coming up. So currently he is sitting in the second spot. JCB Digatron currently is your score to beat. Our next competitor up, Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger. It's Morgan and Morgan backflip time.
Let's hear it, Orlando. Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger. You guys got 20 seconds to lock in those scores. It's up to you, Orlando.
What an amazing freestyle we just witnessed. That might be in contention for Stadium Freestyle of the Year. Let's get those scores locked in. An amazing run, amazing saves. He does it all out on the track. Monster Jam fans, it is time to see your scores. Your score for Gravedigger is 9.634. He's Gravedigger lays down a burner here in Orlando. By far, probably one of the best freestyles I have ever witnessed. Big air, great saves, lands the Morgan & Morgan backflip. An incredible freestyle there from the star Tyler Meninga and Gravedigger. Now we're going to get an update here from KCG, who's standing by with Nick Pagliarulo Kraken.
Nick, one of the coolest things about Monster Jam is that it is a fierce competition, but sitting in crew seating, when you see something like that, to see all of the crew chiefs, all of the drivers celebrate together, it's such an amazing feeling.
You know, it's definitely amazing. I like to sit in as a Monster Jam fan myself. That's what I started out with. And watching Tyler just throw an absolute barn burner number 4 was absolutely sick. That gave me chills watching it sitting there. He did a heck of a job. All these other Monster Jam drivers are going to have a heck of a time trying to top that.
I know that when you hit the track, the freestyle run didn't go the way that you had planned, but honestly, sometimes the carnage, that is one of the coolest things about Monster Jam Freestyle.
It is. It always led to destruction. I was hoping to destroy the truck at the end of my freestyle. I had 3 great good hits, ripped the wheel off, but you know what? Things happen. I had fun, especially here in my hometown, being able to perform for all you Monster Jam fans. I couldn't thank you guys. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to stand here and compete. So this one's out for you.
We got a lot more Monster Jam Freestyle action coming your way.
We're going to get ready to continue things on here. Coming up next, Blake Granger, Max D. Destruction. Steering wheel is out the window there. What a freestyle we just saw. Some amazing freestyles have been happening out on the track. It must be something in the air here. What a freestyle we just saw from Blake Granger. Max D, we can see it out on the replay right now. He is pumped. He is excited coming to Stadium Championship Series East this weekend. Time to get those scores locked in. We're about to see where you put Max D and a maximum destruction here inside a Camping World Stadium. There it is, a 7.449.
He's currently leading the pack when it comes to Monster Jam Freestyle. It is Tyler Meninga Gravedigger. Tyler, we've seen a lot of incredible freestyles so far in 2024. That may be at the top of the list.
Yeah, you know what? That's what Gravedigger's known for right there is Monster Jam Freestyle, the creator of freestyle. That's what you guys have known to come and love. And I told you guys, as long as I'm driving it, I plan on keeping it that way. That freestyle was for each and every one of you guys out here in the stands here in Orlando, Florida on a Saturday night. 50,000 of you fans. And there's no way I can't show out for you guys. I love you, and just wait. We got more freestyle on deck. Buckle your seatbelts.
We sure do. So much more freestyle coming your way. I want to ask you about that save because we've seen saves around the outside of the track near the backflip ramp, but that was such an interesting position inside of the track to do the save, and it almost looked like you came back to do the same thing again.
I really didn't. You know what? I was actually trying to shoot that gap where there's no jump in between those jumps, and I messed it up both times. So an error on my part is an awesome product of an awesome save, and it just happened to happen 2 times in the exact same spot. But Orlando, I want you guys to get loud because we've got more freestyle!
Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger throwing down that epic freestyle run. That keeps him in the top spot with that 9.634, followed by Tristan England and JCB Digatron with an 8.856. Blake Granger now sits in the 3rd spot with a 7.449. We've got more freestyle action coming up as we get to meet our next competitor to hit the track. It is Mike Pagliarulo, Black Pearl.
Make some noise for Black Pearl. You have 20 seconds to lock in those scores, Orlando. JudgesZone.com.
Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. Mike Pagliarulo and Black Pearl laying it down here on his freestyle run. Get those scores locked in at JudgesZone.com. Our 6th competitor out here fulfilling the entire time out on the track too, so keep that in mind. Scores are locked in. Let's see where you put him at. You gave him a score of 7.452. Well, Monster Jam fans, I am now hanging out with Angelina Angelina Knock, driver of Megalodon of Arena Championship Series East. You have a weekend off, so now you're hanging out with us here. You're from Florida, so what have you thought about these freestyles so far?
Oh, it's been amazing. Like you said, I have the weekend off, and I just can't get enough of Monster Jam. I had to be here in Orlando with everyone. I'm having a blast. You know, it's actually really inspiring getting to watch some of these amazing drivers. Makes me want to get back in that scene right away and really bring it at Arena Series East.
What did you think about Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger's freestyle? Your jaw was on the floor. It was amazing, huh?
I've never seen anything like it. Like I said, it makes me excited to get back in the seat. So pumped for it. So pumped to see it. So excited to see Todd bring it in Megalodon. Super excited for that.
Well, congratulations on your rookie season. We can't wait to see more of you. Let's hear it for Angelina Knock, driver of Megalodon on Arena Championship Series East. And we're going to get back to more freestyle action because coming up next, we got hitting the track right now, Ryan Disharoon, Shaker. Let's hear it for Ryan Disharoon, Shaker. Time to get those scores in for Ryan Disharoon and Shaker. What a wild end to his freestyle run. When we're looking at that super glued to the action replay, we saw some massive air, some big moves from Ryan Disharoon and Shaker. Eyes up for the Morgan and Morgan backflip. Lands it, but just a little too much there at the end as you see that replay on the video board. And that front right BKT tire just gives out. All right, your scores are locked in. Let's see where you put Shaker. You gave him a score of 7.580.
He just joined the crew here this weekend. It is Blake Granger, the driver of Max D. Blake, I know it's your first weekend with us here on Stadium Championship Series East, but you have fit right in. Up until the final race of Monster Jam Racing, you had the fastest pass time of the night, a big save out here in freestyle. It seems like you were laser focused on a win.
Man, you know what? Getting off the couch and coming here, I'm trying to prove to you Monster Jam fans that we belong on this floor with some of the best drivers in the world. And I tell you guys what, my adrenaline is still kicking from that freestyle, but we're not done yet. I want to hear you guys make some noise. Woo!
These fans are absolutely loving the action. We have some of the greatest fans right here in Orlando, Florida. What's it like for you to be back here in Orlando?
Man, it's absolutely great. Like I said in the pit party, I won a World Finals Championship on ATVs here. I've had an honor to do Double Down Showdown back in the day. And I tell you guys what, I absolutely love Orlando. I love Florida. It's always a good time here. Beautiful weather, beautiful beaches, beautiful people. Man, I'm looking forward to coming back.
What does it mean to you to be stepping into the shoes on Tom Ment's last competitive season here with Max D? What does it mean to you to be kind of carrying the torch?
Man, you know, Tom, he is an absolute legend. He built this name, and all I'm trying to do is represent it the best I can. Not only for him, for all you awesome Monster Jam fans. You guys deserve to see Team Max D, and you guys to see that rivalry, Max D against Gravedigger. There's nothing better than it, but guess what, guys? It ain't over yet. One more time. If you're ready for freestyle, let me hear you.
You can see where we stand right now in our freestyle competition. Gravedigger currently holding strong there at the top with the 9.634. Tristan England and JCB Digatron currently sitting in second. Ryan Disharoon and Shaker now take the third spot, while Black Pearl sits in the fourth with Max D and El Toro Loco rounding out our top six. Of course, we got more freestyle action coming up. We've got a few more trucks remaining, 5 more trucks to be exact, here in freestyle as we get set to see Lizzie Reed, Lucas Stabilizer. She lines up for the Morgan & Morgan backflip.
Let's hear it for Lindsey Reed, Lucas Stabilizer. You have 20 seconds to lock in those scores, Orlando, at judgeszone.com.
A hard land off the Morgan & Morgan backflip put an early end to her freestyle run. Nonetheless, a great freestyle there from your 2019 World Finals Freestyle champion, Lindsey Reed. Time to get those scores in. Let's see where you put her into this competition. A few more seconds left on judgeszone.com. Scores are locked in. And your score coming up, a great score of an 8.165. Let's hear it for John Gordon, Bad Company. John Gordon and Bad Company, they're on the replay. He did not fulfill the 60-second clock, which means there will be a 1-point deduction from all of your fans' scores. So the average score from you, the fans, and then there will be a 1-point deduction Keep in mind, our drivers must complete 30 seconds of their run to qualify for a score and 60 seconds in order for them not to get a 1-point deduction. Scores are locked. Let's see where you put John Gordon. Gave him a 4.868.
Representing our ladies of Monster Jam out on the track, it is Lindsay Reed, the driver of Lucas Stabilizer. The fans are already going wild, Lindsay. I want to get your perspective as to how the track is acting right now in freestyle from the driver's perspective. We have seen some crazy action tonight. Big air, big saves. Talk to us about it.
It was wild. I literally was in the air with my crew chief, and I told her, I said, oh boy, everybody's going hard tonight, but it's super tacky out there, so you kind of have to take your time going around the turns, or else you're going to hike up really bad. And me, every time I do a freestyle, I always say I'm like telling a story. Start out kind of slow and build it up from there. Super bummed that I broke on the backflip, but you know what? It's all good. Are you guys having a good time out here? Let me see. Do I have any girls out there that love Monster Jam? Let me hear you!
I love that you're talking to our ladies of Monster Jam out here, because I think that's something that you have come here to prove, is that you're not just coming here to compete, you're coming here to win. You are a world freestyle champion, and we saw that action out there on the track, and you're inspiring the next generation of ladies in Monster Jam.
Absolutely, it's all about the girl power out here. I got 2 little girls back at home that I love more than anything, and I always tell them, you dare to dream big and you can live without fear, then you can do anything. So one more time, let's hear it for all the ladies out there!
Our freestyle competition continues on here, but our leaderboard is up right now with Gravedigger in the lead, JCB Digatron, Lucas Stabilizer now sitting in the 3rd spot, Shaker in 4th, and Black Pearl and Max D round out our top 6. We've got a couple more Monster Jam trucks coming up. Our 10th competitor, it's Matt Pagliarulo, Jester. We have now entered into the Monster Minute, brought to you by Godzilla Kong.
Make some noise for Matt Pagliarulo, Jester. You have 20 seconds, Orlando, to lock in those scores at judgeszone.com.
Matt Pagliarulo, Jester, laying down the law here in his freestyle run just up the street in Osteen, Florida. Doing it for his hometown here. Let's make some noise. A few more seconds left there at judgeszone.com. Let's see where you put him in this competition. Scores are locked. Your score is a 7.713. Let's hear it for Bryce Katie and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Time to get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. A few seconds left on the clock. Remember, as soon as you see those ribbon boards go red, it is time for you to do your job at judgeszone.com. Lands the Morgan & Morgan backflip out on the replay, brought to you by this super glue glued to the action. Replay scores are locked in. Let's see where you put Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. 7.957.
We've got Mike Pagliarulo, the driver of Black Pearl. Mike, you have been on fire here tonight. First in Monster Jam Racing, you were laying down really fast race passes, and then out here for freestyle, it seems like you have this new level of confidence and comfortability.
Yeah, you know, that truck is super fast in racing, and, you know, you can see I went to the semifinals. It's the first time I've been in the semifinals. You know, I versed Tyler, and I lost, but I already know because Tyler's an amazing driver. Went out for two-wheel skills, and the truck shut off. Don't know why, but I knew I had a redemption in freestyle. As you can see, that body's gone. Good freestyle.
We've got your dad back here bringing the heat as well. And Mike, I want to ask you, when it comes to the Monster Jam fans, I mean, these are some of the most wild, excited fans that we've seen all season long. That's got to pump you up when you're out there on the track.
You know, there's hometown shows, and all the people that were coming during the pit party, they were hyping me up, and they knew that hometown show we're going to go crazy. All the three Pagliarulos, you know, Nick, he wanted to do a crazy run and a short. Dad did a crazy run with a bad rollover. It was pretty bad, to be honest with you. But We came out here. We wanted to rock for you Orlando fans. Orlando, did you like the steps towing Black Pearl?
They're loving the action. And Matt, I want to ask you, he was throwing a little bit of shade. What do you have to say to him?
Look, I started out, taught him everything he knows, but I will say he has taken it from what I taught him and exceeded with that, just like my other son, Nick, just like I'm sure my daughter, Brooke, is going to be. Listen, we did not do as good as we wanted to here at Team Tomfoolery, but it ain't over yet. We got one more truck. I want you on your feet yelling, who's ready for more freestyle?
He is our last driver remaining in Monster Jam Freestyle, Todd LeDuc, Megalodon. He eyes the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Let's hear it for Todd LeDuc, Megalodon. Almost had the consecutive backflip on the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp. And he rides the waves there on the two BKT tires as we take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. A few more seconds on the clock at judgeszone.com. And scores are locked. Let's take a look at the scores. Your score for Megalodon. .318, which means your freestyle winner, Tyler Menninga Gravedigger. And Monster Jam fans, with that being said, with a perfect event, it is your overall event champion, Tyler Menninga Gravedigger.
You took home the racing win. You took home the skills challenge win. You took home freestyle. Tyler, this is the first time that we've seen this in 2024. It is our first perfect event of the season. What a way to do it and what a place to do it in Orlando.
That is right. You know what? I got to give thanks to this guy right here, though. I'm never nice to that Gravedigger truck. He's got some work to do, but it's all worth it for you fans. These trophies are cool. The points are cool, but you guys on the edge of your seats, standing and screaming after a freestyle is why I drive the way I do. You guys have supported this black and green truck for over 40 years, and not to mention that crazy old man, Dennis Anderson. I love you guys, Orlando. I cannot wait to come back. And Florida, baby, we love you!
Well, a huge congratulations to Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. with a perfect event, Jabari.
Amazing.
It has been awesome to witness what I consider probably the best freestyle I've seen in my entire career here. What are your thoughts here on Orlando?
Oh, you know what I'm going to call out. I'm going to call out the crowd here in Orlando. I enjoyed every last one of you hanging out in the stands, and I can't wait to do it again in Jacksonville. It's going to be awesome, baby.
It definitely is going to be awesome. The crowd was amazing, electric, as loud as I think I've heard it this season. Well, Monster Jam fans, you still have time to head up to the concourse and grab your official Monster Jam merchandise. You can stay up on top of all the results at monsterjam.com. For Jabari Thomas and KCG, I'm Kay Young. We hope you had fun. We hope to see you at our next Monster Jam.